Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by StrikeforceEnergy.com. Put down the water and grab a fucking drink.
I was gonna sing along.
I just wanted to extend the theme song with my own mouth.
Okay.
That voice you hear, kids, is Jessie Wiseman. She's filling in this week. Why is that, you ask? No, truthfully, it's because of you guys. It's because of the listeners. We've had some crazy developments in Drinking Bros over the last few days, and we want to start off. This was a last second fill-in, and we want to say thank you to the Drinking Bros. Some unbelievable news. I know we've talked about it on the show, on the Ross Patterson Revolution crossover show, and Drinking Bros with Vincent Vargas, who was on. And as you'll recall, Rocco, our buddy, our beef fry, our co-host, who will be back to join us again full time in June, was up for the new Sons of Anarchy spinoff, The Mayans. He had an audition. He got called in for an audition, crushed the audition, and through the Drinkin' Bros community, he put out, hey, if anybody knows Kurt Sutter, now would be the time, who is the creator of Sons of Anarchy, along with numerous other shows, a Hollywood heavyweights in the game. Rocco put out a call to the Drinkin' Bros and said, if anybody knows him, please hit him up on Twitter or Instagram and see if I can get a meeting after this audition. Long story short, he did. He had an emergency flight out to Los Angeles. He actually met with Kurt Sutter. He actually auditioned for Kurt Sutter.
God damn.
And it is all because of the Drinking Bros community. He does not have an agent. He does not have a manager. Truly, this is you guys reaching out through social media, getting a hold of Kurt Sutter, and helping him get this audition, which is fucking crazy. I mean,
it's amazing.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. The other thing is this is huge news. Huge news. And again, why we had a last second fill-in show tonight. Jared Taylor was also flown out to Los Angeles by the Gersh Agency, which is actually a massive agency, and we have some exciting news to announce. They have booked us to do live shows for Drinking Bros podcast. We will be in Colorado Springs on June 22nd, and we will be in Denver, Colorado on June 23rd, doing live shows. We will be doing live audience shows in massive auditoriums. I believe the first one seats 1,200. I believe the second one, I know, seats 500. This had been, a lot of people had asked us for a while because the show has grown so massively, to do live shows and do it on the road. Only one other show that I can think of off the top of my head, Fighter and the Kid, is doing live shows. Mm-hmm. Do you know otherwise? Jessie, you're huge in the podcast world. You know
a lot of people do live shows, but they're not they're not putting up numbers. I think Fighter and the Kid and you guys are probably going to put up the biggest numbers. Other people will go to bars and kind of do like a live meet and greet, get together thing, but I think this might be huge. And again, because of the Drinking Bros community. Like,
and look, and this is full disclosure, if these shows go well, and again, this is the reason why they flew Jared out to LA and all this stuff, they're going to book us for a fall tour, so we do cities across the country. I want to say 20 cities in the fall to coincide with Matt Best's book. So we'll be doing signings.
Before you get bombarded with the live shows, do you know where they're going to be able to get
tickets? Yes.
Eventually, or
yes, tickets will go on sale I believe Gersh said April 7th was when they'll start going on sale.
Okay, so you give them a runway because those are going to sell out hardcore. So you have to give them.
I know. So we'll obviously we'll be putting those up on the Drinkin' Bros
Sweet.
Page on Facebook, the podcast fan page, as well as the Drinking Bros community. But it is unbelievably exciting. I want to say that I'm shocked by it. But we're on episode, I think, 151 at this point, and it seems like the guests keep getting bigger and bigger, and all this shit keeps getting bigger and bigger, which is great. But just want to apologize again for the last second fill-in show, because it's literally everybody just left at the last second. The last one is Matt Best. We're towards the end of Matt Best's book. He's also in Los Angeles. With the
big
editor.
Time.
With the editor, and we're nearing the final stages. Our draft is due to Penguin on April 3rd, which is a week from today. So it's all coming down to the wire, and we got a lot of huge things coming out. I appreciate you bearing with us during all of this, because we love the show. We love doing Drinking Bros. We love all of it. Occasionally, whether it's Rocco who's on, or Evan is filling in, or Jesse's filling in, or it's just me and Matt doing a show, or me and Jared talking to somebody weird. We love doing the show that much that it's like, hey, great, let's have our friends fill in wherever they can, and in the summer, we will get back into a more specific order of.
Okay, so in the summer, you guys are
hosts.
going to get back into doing the shows.
Yeah,
the way that they used to.
Well, yeah, and look, I will say this. Coming up in the coming weeks, we'll be able to get closer to the original shows. Things have been so crazy and hectic, and it's truly because of the Drinkin' Bros community that all of this amazing shit is happening. People are coming out of the woodwork to help. People are coming out of the woodwork with offers. Look, there's even some of our sponsors are even coming out of the woodwork to be like, hey man, we heard about your Brosman of the Year. This guy, Jimmy Long, like, can we, Ghostbed was like, can we give him a free mattress?
That was awesome.
It was amazing.
It's the next Brosman is going to really have to step it up.
Well, now that you're getting all this free shit. Jimmy hit me up, by the way. And he was like, dude, I just want to thank you. This is like the nicest mattress of all time. And,
it is.
And they give you pillows. We have it, which obviously it is amazing. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. He's like, he was like, I genuinely can't believe all this stuff is happening to me. And I was like, that's the community.
That's the Brosman, man.
I know. That's what happens.
Aspire
you're
to
famous.
it, dude. Aspire.
But look, kids, we still got a fine show on tap. I'm not going to let you down. And as always, we got some sponsors who pay for this shit to be on the air. First up is from the top of the show, we're talking about StrikeforceEnergy.com. I'm having some today. It's a Sunday right now in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I needed a little hype up. I coached my son's first ever T-ball game yesterday. My quads are a little tight. My hammies are a little strung.
With Joe Monahan.
Yeah, Joe Monahan from the Wilmington
Coach
Wilmington
Bros.
Fire Department.
Yeah,
we're Coach Bros now.
Coach Bros,
Coach
dude.
Bros. And that was a blast. But I'm not gonna lie, being back on a field again.
Shut up,
boy!
dude.
I was a little sore. I'm a little sore this morning. I'm a little sore.
These are 3-year-olds.
It's not that.
No, I'm not going to let you do this.
You're
not going to let you go here.
You're teaching children to bend down, catch the ball. So therefore, like, I'm doing squats for essentially 2 hours, which is way too much for me. So I needed some Strikeforce as a pick me up.
It was an hour.
Yeah, oh boy, there was an hour worth of practice beforehand, Jables. I don't even want to hear it out of your mouth. So if you're out there and you're coaching and you're a little sore, get some Strikeforce in your veins to get you going. Go to strikeforceenergy.com. It's the tastiest, tiniest little tin pouch worth of energy. It goes in every single liquid you could imagine. They ship everywhere in the entire world, and they have a subscription of the month club, which we all have. Type in the promo code Drinkin Bros. You get 20% off. Yes. Next up, I was talking about them earlier, but we're talking about ghostbed.com.
Oh, thank you, Ghostbed, for everything you have done for me.
Listen.
I mean, amazing.
If you have a lady out there and you get her a new mattress, is there anything better, really?
No.
There's
nothing better.
There is no better gift.
You've never been sexier than when you were like, yeah, we're getting a ghost bed.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that really did it.
I know, because you hear about it and you're like,
really.
You hear about that bed and you're like, dude, is it really that fucking good?
Yeah.
And then it shows up in a box and you're like, all right, is it really gonna be that fucking good? Mm-hmm. And then you peel it out and you got the goddamn pillows and you're like, oh fuck, this is like legit. This is the best bed ever.
Yeah.
So I'm actually stoked about Ghostbed. Here's the thing: go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. You get $50 off for being a Drinkin Bro, for listening to the show, which is dope. You get that on the mattresses. They've also got payment plans, because I know a lot of people are like, mattresses are kind of costly. They are, and I'm not going to lie, but at least Ghostbed's got a fucking payment plan, so shit's easy. And also, they give you free pillows with the bed, and to be real, those pillows are the best.
Yep.
So
yep.
It's totally worth it. Type in the promo code Drinkin Bros. Also, you get $50 off a mattress. Also, last month we had a contest. Ghostbed was running to give 5 free mattresses away and 5 free sets of pillows to any active military or veteran or anybody in the reserves.
Wow.
Which was fucking awesome. And we announced them on the show a few weeks ago. This month, they are doing 2 free mattresses. So go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros and enter if you are active military or a veteran or reserve. And same with the pillows. They're giving us 2 sets of those away too. And it's legit. You just type in a fucking email. Yeah, and like I recognize like 4 or 5 of the names who won on the thing out of the 10. And I was like, shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, way to go.
They're not lying.
Way to go. Next up, we got ReadyMan.com. ReadyMan.com is the ultimate man survival fucking kit. They do everything there. If you want to survive a goddamn snowstorm, a flood, a fire, if you need any tips on emergency or how to get out of things, look, you need them. It's one of those things that you absolutely need in this life where you're like, I shouldn't have this. And then a fucking emergency pops up and you're like, God damn it. I wish I would have gotten this shit off of ReadyMan.com. Go to ReadyMan.com. It's run by Jeff Kirkham, one of the best in the biz. Type in the promo code Drinkin Bros. You get 20% off. Because look, there's shit that's going to happen to you in life that is unavoidable and unexpected, and you wish you were more prepared for it. It happened to me. Was in a hurricane. Shit got knocked out for 2 days. Power, you name it. There was no restaurants or anything open, and it was just like, fuck. What do you do? Wish I had my shit from ReadyMan.com. Last but not least, we got At Night She Cries While He Rides His Steed, the first ever romance novel for dudes. Oh, man. I miss Matt.
Best in the biz. Best in the biz.
I miss Matt Best's horse noise. I do. I miss his horse noise.
You miss his horse?
His skint.
What?
I miss his skint.
Yeah.
Is what I miss.
I know.
Because you're just not cutting it on that horse noise. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I wish Matt was here for a rebel-rousing horse noise, but he's not.
Nothing gives your co-host, whatever. I love being apologized for.
Sure.
I love
Sure.
like whenever you do it too. Like when we enter a party, you're like, "I'm sorry I brought her."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Every time.
You like have to go around to everyone and
Every
be like,
time.
"I'm sorry I brought her, but
Sorry,
she's all
the old ball and chain. Hope you don't have hardwood floors because those I'm gonna scrape up your wood. Tearing this, dragging this ball and chain around. But no, I appreciate you, Jabes. Appreciate you being
I
here.
appreciate you guys.
We had a weird weekend in the
world or
in the world.
okay.
It's just look, we were just in Vegas.
Yeah, not gonna lie.
We did an event in Vegas. Got to meet Mike Tyson, which was super
it was
weird.
real weird.
Yeah, he was nice.
Oh, he's super nice.
The situation behind it was super weird, but
Yeah.
tried to get him on Ross Patterson Revolution. He agreed for like a small video for the intro, which is awesome, and thank you for doing it. Got his autograph. Got to chat with him for 5 minutes. Too busy to do the show, but he was a good guy. But it was a weird situation over at what was it, Planet Hollywood?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we stayed at the Bellagio across the street from Planet Hollywood, and we were there for 4 days?
Yeah.
3 or 4 days, something like
Yeah.
that. And this was Friday night. The Bellagio got held up at gunpoint by a bunch of men wearing pig masks. And they,
Very Point Break.
very well. Point Break was obviously the president's mask, but
still, like, who else puts
yeah.
on weird masks to rob
why
people?
pig mask? Then the store they rob inside the Bellagio, they only rob one store, and it's the Rolex store. Weird. So they just wanted watches, and they came in, shot up the ceiling, and then robbed the fucking Rolex store. You want to take a guess if they got away?
Listen.
You want to take a gander if they got away?
Say, with all of that pageantry and fanfare, probably no.
It's like no.
You literally announced your arrival.
Did not get away. First of all, this isn't Ocean's 11. Okay,
Right.
You're not gonna walk into the Bellagio and rip off the Bellagio. There is cameras in this is pretty much every casino in the United States of America. Just in case you're at home saying to yourself, I got a pig mask lying around. I got a gun lying around. I should go in and rob a casino. Don't do that. Don't rob a casino. There's
no such thing
80
anymore.
million
You cannot do
cameras
it.
inside a casino. You cannot do that. They were taken down in like record time. I think the hotel only closed down for like an hour and a half, where they were just like. But my question is, it was late at night when this happened.
Yeah.
And they evacuated the hotel for like it was an hour and a half.
Right.
They evacuated him for an hour and a half, and they made him go out in the street. We were staying there literally 6 days before or whatever it was.
Yeah.
If somebody would have knocked on my door because it would probably have been around the 2 a.m.-ish region to evacuate the hotel.
Okay, so they evacuated everyone from
all
their
the guests.
rooms.
Yes, yeah. Because they didn't know. They didn't know if there was more people, if they were on the loose, or what was going on. So, they had to, essentially.
At that point.
Or if they were staying there. if the three little pigs were staying there.
Oh, God.
So, would you have left? Would you have gotten out of the room?
No, I would have told them, let the little piggies fucking kill me because it's 2 a.m. and I'm fucking either drunk or whatever, tired.
In Vegas,
I'm not fucking leaving.
Yeah. You would have gone.
No,
you would have gone to DiCaprio and Wall Street. I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving. Let the fucking piggies kill me. I would have gone off.
Yeah.
I would have said, they're not in here. I'm not them. Get out of my fucking face.
Yeah. Get out of my fucking
Which
face.
would have been irrational and not right, but I'm just being honest with you. That's
no, and that $44 resort fee. I wonder if they.
Oh, and I would have brought that up. I would have brought that up at that time, and I would have been. I would say I thought that in this fee was included.
Yep.
If little piggies fucking shoot up the Rolex, I don't have to leave. Is what I thought I read.
And,
God damn it!
And this, by the way, this resort fee is something I want to bring up for people who haven't been to Vegas in a while. A lot of the hotels, when you go online to book your room on Orbitz or Hotwire or whatever the fuck it is, actually don't book Hotwire. Hotwire has become a fucking
we're so
shithole.
Down on Hotwire.
I used to use Hotwire for all of production shit. Hotwire, you could get like last second cheap hotels, but they would say like 3 to 4 stars, 5-star hotels, super cheap, because they just wanted to fill the occupancy of the room. But they don't tell you what hotel it is until after you buy it. We used to use it in production all of the time because we traveled so much. You got so many crew to put up. You don't want to put them in someplace shitty, but you want a cheap fare.
Yes.
They've obviously changed their business model, and it's all India. It's overseas and outsourced. And it's like the last 2 times we used it for production because we did some production stuff in LA. It were nightmares, like the worst hotels on the planet, worst people. It was like, dude, I don't use Hotwire ever again. But so like Orbitz and Expedia and all that shit is kind of what we switched to.
Yeah.
But now booking hotels in Vegas has become. We actually do a lot of business in Vegas with various things. Black Rifle Coffee's opening up a thing there. We're in Vegas a lot. There's now a resort fee for basically every hotel on the Strip.
Yeah.
The Bellagio's was $44. And I know what you're thinking to yourself. Oh my gosh, the Bellagio, Ross, is like probably the nicest hotel there. That's why the resort fee was that high. It's not true anymore.
Yeah,
Bellagio,
as
far as price wise goes, the most expensive hotel is now the Cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
Cosmopolitan dwarfs it. I want to say the Bellagio was like $240 a night, $250, like nothing crazy.
Right.
So it was like, all right, cool.
So
it seems
that is crazy.
Well,
it's not that it's not crazy. I mean, it's
for Vegas.
For Vegas, that's not
I would
bad,
say if you're staying,
I don't like saying $250 a night is not crazy.
No, but I mean for Vegas, and thank you for correcting me because I mean for Vegas. It is hard now finding a hotel
that's true.
under 200 in Vegas,
and it's weird.
Yeah, unless you're staying down at like the Circus or
Yeah.
something where it's like that's kind of dicey.
There's just always something going on, I guess, or people always know.
So what they're doing now is, so you think you're getting this deal on Orbitz or Expedia and all the shits, and look, it's not Orbitz or Expedia's fault because they tell you on there, but each hotel now in Vegas across the board is charging a resort fee. What this resort fee includes is free internet and a gym. And that's it. And this is at all the hotels. This isn't just Bellagio. And
I think they're all about the same.
The Venetian is nicer. Oh, dude, Caesars is now higher than the Bellagio. The rates are. So I mean, there's a bunch. But so that room that's $240, $200 is now you're jacked it up by $44, and you're like, what the fuck? Or
if you see that you get a deal, you're like, oh sweet,
I got a deal.
Book it, and then you get there, and it's going to be at least $100 more than you thought.
And now it's kind of like,
that's just for 2 nights.
It's like buying tickets off a StubHub, where you go to StubHub and you're like, oh great, I can get tickets to this for $60, and then you check out and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, sir, with the fees added, it's going to be $198. Yeah. What the fuck?
I wouldn't have done it.
Tell me the goddamn number, like as a whole, so I can get the fuck out of there and move on with my life.
Yeah.
But that being said, paying a resort fee for $44, I expected not to be evacuated. I don't want to be evacuated from my room.
Yeah, I would definitely bring that up.
I don't want to. I just don't want to be evacuated from my room at all.
Yeah.
Especially by 3 men wearing pig masks.
Yeah. It would be awesome.
Robbing a Rolex store.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with me. If I'm chilling out in my room, great. I don't give a fuck if they take off with some timepieces. Yeah. They weren't shooting up anybody else.
Right.
Catch them when they run out the fucking front door, tackle them outside, and deal with that shit outside. Let me sleep in my room.
Use the insurance. Just let them go.
I know. I know.
You know?
Rolex.
How many did they possibly get away with? It's just like, whatever. Let's let the little piggies have it
I
for
would
the
like
effort.
to know that number, like how many they actually tried to jack.
They each just got one.
Yeah, we did it. we got one Rolex.
Just like
We're
really
rich.
I love like robbers that like set the bar really, really low.
Really,
like we
really
just
low.
want to at least get one Rolex a piece.
Yeah.
We did it.
So that was a weird thing, obviously.
Yeah.
Random.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing, the next night is at the Cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan's right next door. We talked
Literally
about it
right next door. Yeah.
Literally right next door to the Bellagio. A gunman gets on a bus, shoots up the bus. One person was killed and barricades himself into this bus and is stuck outside the Cosmopolitan. So again, they've got to evacuate the strip.
No, thank you.
in that
You're
area
going to take that
the
fee
next
off.
night.
You're going to take that fee
You're gonna
right
take
off.
that fucking
I'm getting
fee off.
evacuated again.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
The next night.
So
I mean,
this
that
guy,
was...
This guy barricades himself inside the bus outside of Cosmopolitan. They end up using an explosive to blow like off the center of the bus.
Speed style.
Yeah.
Speed style.
Exactly. They find the guy crying inside. He gives himself up. But
Oof.
for 4 to 5 hours, the entire Las Vegas Strip is shut down because of this. Again, all I kept thinking was that resort fee.
Right. We did not think for 1 second.
No.
Family of the people in the bus.
Yeah.
Anyone injured. We did not think of that.
Yeah.
No. Gave himself up. You shoot yourself at that point.
I know.
Buddy.
I know,
your life
buddy.
Is over.
Over.
No, but how many was it like a lot of people injured in the bus?
Yeah, there was some people injured.
So he was just shooting
person got
up
killed.
inside the bus. Nowhere to escape.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah. Well,
That's a nightmare.
And why, like, if you're on a bus, like,
and we
there's
don't know
nowhere
what
to go.
the message was. He just lost
No.
it. Okay.
Nowhere to
Great,
go.
great. So pointless.
That story is so new. Like the rest of the facts
It'll all come out.
haven't come out. The other one was this attack in London that happened.
Yes.
You want to take a guess who did that?
God.
It was that peace-loving religion again.
All right.
The Muslim religion, that peace-loving, friendly
Radical.
religion. Again, that's just a beacon of light to the world. The fucking Muslims. So this guy, got in a truck, mowed down people on a bridge. 5 were killed, and then he gets out of the truck with a knife, starts stabbing everybody. Kills a policeman, and he tried to get into Parliament. He was right by Westminster. And here's the thing: MI5, which is their version of the CIA over there. They had this guy on the fucking list. He was one of those guys, and I'm sure you've seen this in every city you go to, who stands on the street corners with a microphone or a megaphone and starts preaching Muslim shit to people on why they should convert or
whatever it may be.
Yeah.
People do it, and
exactly. He was one of those guys.
Okay.
And then he also did a sit-down interview in a press conference one time saying he was prepared to die. That's why his religion is the greatest in the world, is because we're prepared to die. No other religion is. He told all the reporters and the journalists to go fuck themselves, and that they were all little bitches because they weren't afraid to die for any cause, whereas he was.
Okay.
Turns out he oddly enough, they didn't deport him because God forbid you do anything that
right,
might be politically incorrect, of like assuming this guy might be going to kill people, which he did. But here's the interesting thing that came out today about this. They said the night before he went on a cocaine and hookers binge. So obviously, it was a premeditated attack.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, premeditated attack. And, he knew he was going to die, which he got shot and killed because they blew this motherfucker away. But
he did it right, did it tight the night before?
Got a bunch of cocaine and hookers the night before. I wonder if they were Muslim women.
It's amazing that kind of thing wouldn't like turn you around, where you would be like, maybe I should just do more of that.
Yes, and that's why
that's why go through with this.
That's why I bring this up. If you do a bunch of blow and you're fucking a bunch of hookers, wouldn't that want to make you live and kind of be like, oh, democracy's all right.
This is sweet.
This is kind of awesome. Like, why the fuck would I go and fuck up this world that I live in? Because this is rad. Like, there's only a few countries.
If he was living and dying by the religion before, then I'd be like, okay, that was just his whole thing. But
sure.
If it's so important to him, then you're going to go do everything against it first.
Yeah. You're going to do coke and get a bunch of hookers. Like, if you're going to see Allah, you're supposed to get, the 73 virgins or 72 virgins or whatever it is anyways. Why do you need the hookers?
Because virgins don't know what they're doing.
I just
or what? I don't know.
I don't know. But again, if you're doing coke and you got hookers, one
That's
would
something
think
to live for,
that would
man.
turn your life around.
That's something to live for.
That would definitely turn your life around and make you wanna be a better person. I'd be like, oh shit, how do I continue doing this?
I got you.
How do I continue living in this democracy? And doing this, like this,
like, just go down that
awesome.
road. Like, just be like a ridiculous person.
Yeah,
does coke and fucks hookers. Like,
you
just
can
be that
still
guy.
pretend to get out on a street corner and try to convert people to fucking Islam or whatever it is you do.
Yeah.
But it could be like a hobby of like, it's kind of like those people who sell like weird peppers at a farmer's market on a Sunday, where it's like, oh, that's a nice hobby. You grow those in your backyard. I do. I take special pride in my fucking bell pepper collection. And you're like, good for you. How much? 80 cents.
Right.
Great. Move on about. You're not going to get this. Same thing. I just have that be a hobby. Really, really stay on track and keep focus of like, hey, hookers and cocaine are awesome. Killing people is bad, and let's live in this democracy and continue the cocaine.
If there's one thing I'm going to pass on to my child, I think it's that exact phrase, which is just like, coke and hookers is good. Killing people, bad. Like, if you're gonna go, here's the thing: if you're gonna go down a bad road,
right?
Do you know what I mean? Like, this road, mommy would be okay with.
Sure.
This other one, no.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in super big trouble.
I just want to stay alive long, because you just want to keep that party going of like, hey, stay alive as long as you can for the coke and hookers. Like, as many years as you can do that. Yeah.
OD for Allah.
Yeah. Why
Have
not
that be the new thing?
Why not that? The other thing which just happened, I found out about this, maybe 2 or 3 hours ago, was that there was a shooting in a Cincinnati nightclub called Cameo. This story's been just buried all day today. It's barely a blip on like Twitter, Drudge Report, all that other shit. It's like page fucking 9 where you're just like, what the fuck?
I mean, was it a big?
15 people got shot.
Dang.
One person got killed. They have the suspects and they got him in custody. And this one, like, all the other things have been reported pretty heavily. Knew about them pretty instantaneously.
Well, we have to say that the British one, or the one in London, wasn't really that prominent, correct?
Well,
which we kind of touched on for a second, but
it was,
why
and like
it wasn't. And
yes, and this will lead into the Cincinnati thing, where I don't, the mainstream media is so it's just fake now. It's like it really is fake news now, and it's everybody's picking and choosing their stories and their storylines that they want to run with. And there was a really, really interesting interview this morning with Bill O'Reilly and Ted Koppel.
Okay.
Ted Koppel was arguably, one of the greatest journalists we've had, and like when you saw him do the nightly news, it was incredible, and you believed what he said. It wasn't like Brian Williams lying, saying he got, his helicopter got shot down in Iraq or whatever. But they asked him this same question of, hey, what do you think about the news and all this other stuff?
Yeah.
And he literally turned on Bill O'Reilly, Ted Koppel, which was, he did not hold any punches, did not give a fuck. And he goes, it's because of you. He goes, it's because of what you've done and Fox News has done for the last 20 years that has led to selective news in the news place.
And then everybody getting shit for it, where there is people that they may have an agenda, but they're not reporting fake news. They're just, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I think that it's like given journalism
when I
such a horrible.
When I say fake
news,
I mean to the extent of everyone's pushing an agenda.
Yes.
So
it's not fake. They're just saying one side of the story, correct?
But it's the stories they selectively choose and then not choosing others. So therefore, the news to me is fake because it doesn't encompass all news or everything that's going on. And it's not like it used to so much. But in this Bill O'Reilly, Ted Koppel interview this morning, Bill O'Reilly cops to it.
Right.
He goes, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
And he goes, at a certain point, we took a stance on who and what we wanted to talk about to form a television station that people who thought they were misrepresented in today's society could watch 24 hours a day and feel like they were properly being represented, because television is all about ratings.
Yeah. And
this was our best way to get ratings.
Right.
Which is true. Fox News has been number one on the news for, as far as news stations go on cable television for close to the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, they've buried CNN is Anderson Cooper's lucky to get 1 million viewers. Lucky. The Daily Show, I saw their numbers the other day, was like 960,000. And it's, a lot of people say, oh, well, that's a comedy show. A lot of people were going to them for genuine news for a long time.
Yeah.
Especially when Jon Stewart was there.
Yeah. That was the joke for a while.
I know. Nobody gives a fuck now. And so this brings me back to today's shooting in Cincinnati. When 15 people get shot in a nightclub and one dies, and it's barely reported anymore. I kind of asked myself why. Why not? Why wasn't that reported? And I looked it up, and apparently it was a black nightclub.
Okay.
They're not, as of now. Again, this is so new that I don't know like the full motive yet. Police have absolutely ruled out terrorism. So they kind of, in their I watched their press conference, they kind of said they're leaning towards gang related. But still,
that's not usually how it goes.
But I guess
maybe.
I mean,
what do I fucking know?
But still, it's one of those things where you're like, all right, 15 people were shot. Like, you're not going to report that and tell me what really happened or what's really going on. The same thing with London. Like, did the over in Europe, it's a massive, massive story.
Right. Over
here, it was kind of just glossed over for about a half a day, and then it was gone. And it was just like, obviously the Islam and the travel ban and all that shit does not feed into today's U.S. news narrative of, well, fuck, if we report this and what really happened and what was really going on, then we're gonna look like the travel ban that we should have done it.
Right.
It would be a pro-Trump article, and because
and they don't want to do that.
They don't want to do that, and that's why everything's being preached to a certain way and a certain demographic, and like, but this one in Cincinnati affects everybody. It affects Americans alike, where it's like, all right, this was an American shooting on American soil, 15 people were shot. Like, we're not going to report it because it wasn't.
There's
have we
everything
all become so numb to it, or is there not a story there to exploit where it's like, shit, we should have done this, or we should have done, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
what's the first thing I thought though when I heard?
Yeah. What was the first thing you thought?
Well, yeah, I would just think, okay, they did. Someone did it again. Like,
Yeah.
Muslim. Like, that's the first thing
That was the first thing I thought, because it reminded me of that gay nightclub shooting in Orlando.
Then when you say it's a black club, I'm like, all right, was it some crazy white dude?
Yeah.
So like everything
Same.
is people, in my mind, everything is people losing their mind over the climate and just like doing something radical. And it isn't like, this may be just a gang shooting,
Yeah.
you know? But I'm putting, like, everyone, when they first hear the story, will put so much else on it. And when that's not there, it's like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's what it feels
When
like
you
today.
said that, I was kind of like, oh, well, I mean, that sucks, but...
Yeah. But how do you spin
What is
that?
that?
How
How
do you
does
make that
that-
more interesting? How do you...
And how does that affect me?
Right.
Do you know
right.
what I mean? So it's all very selfish of, like, if it's like a terrorist, you don't know where they are. They could be anywhere.
Right.
When it's a gang shooting in a black club, you're kind of like so removed from it.
Yeah, and I guess, you know,
Unfortunately.
but I find it hilarious to me where, like, the New York Times and all of this shit, you know, they if it was a, you know, like the white kid shooting at the black church or whatever, like
there would be something there.
They go for that. They go for that story.
Mm-hmm.
If it's you know, like a Muslim guy on U.S.
That's
soil,
a story.
like, they'll go over the story. This isn't a story anymore. 15 people getting shot in a nightclub. Like, no matter what your race are, that's not a story anymore. Like,
Yeah.
fuck. That's
Yeah, no one was
crazy.
gay. No one was,
Yeah.
like, nobody was, like, being targeted except for if it does come out gang. I mean, again, it is really new, so I can't really speculate too much right now. But, you know, once you hear it's not those, you're like, oh, okay. And then it gets buried.
I know. And it's
And
just
that's
it's
the
a buried
world.
story, and there's something new atop Twitter.
Yeah.
And that's it. You just kind of move on. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Have we all become so numb to this that it's like,
I think so.
crazy?
I think so.
It's crazy to me, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's super, super fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
It really is. Anywho's, this is the point in the show where we get to the drinking bro of the week.
Gosh, you guys, you'll be rid of me.
This week's drinking bro of the week was submitted by DJ Fonseca. He says, hey guys, I want to recommend the Drinking Bros Recovery Group as Drinking Bros and Broettes of the Week. I know you guys get a lot of these, but I feel that they really deserve it. This past Wednesday, I was in a horrible state of mind, but had a moment of clarity, and I called 911 on myself because I have a pain pill addiction. And after that, I was kind of going down a road, setting things in place to get the help that I need. And then I was going to let my family know why things have been so horrible with me. But it just didn't happen in the way that I wanted to. And my child's mother found out and got her parents into it. And I ended up having to leave my house. And even though I was already in the process of getting help, the way it went down crushed me. And I was in such a dark place that, honestly, I just needed some help. I'm a combat veteran, and I'll face the Taliban any day, but getting clean scares me. So in my darkest moments at this present time, I reached out to the Drinkin' Bros Recovery Group, and I posted my story. And I immediately had a bunch of brothers and sisters talking to me, offering to help out in any way possible. They don't even know me, is what he says. And it was just amazing to know that I was not alone. And for that, I would like to nominate the Drinking Bros Recovery Group because it truly saved my life, I feel. Hey, thanks, DJ.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Fonseca. Look, I've seen a bunch of these posts within the Drinkin' Bros community. If you are, having problems, if you're struggling with anything, albeit, suicidal thoughts or addiction or, an extreme case of loneliness, or you're going through bad times, oftentimes I've found if you reach out on any one of these Drinking Bros pages, there will be hundreds of people there to help you immediately. Don't be afraid to ask for help and reach out, because literally you will be shocked at how many people will reach out to you within seconds and try to get you the help you need and get you back on your feet and your life turned around. So
I love that there's a recovery group.
So do I. And
within the Drinking Bros. It's kind of interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so to DJ Fonseca and the Drinkin' Bros recovery group, cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
You saved a life. So
it's amazing.
You have the opportunity and the ability to save many more if you reach out and just ask for help from these people. J-Dubs.
Yeah.
Jesse Wiseman. I appreciate you popping in. If you like our weird conversations, tune in to the Ross Patterson Revolution as well. Jesse and I do a show. We interview a bunch of actors, a bunch of celebrities.
Yeah.
Richard Reel is actually on tomorrow, which is one of our faves.
I love him. It's gonna be
you know him from Range 15.
Yeah.
He was one of the prison guards in Range 15. You know him from Office Space. He was a Jump to Conclusions.
Yeah.
He's been in Glory, Grounded for Life. He's
awesome.
literally been in over 300 films.
You're going to go live with him tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow afternoon on my Facebook page, on Ross Patterson fan page,
dude.
And it's on Ross Patterson Revolution fan page.
That should be fun.
Yeah. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so at iTunes. We're also on SoundCloud, Podcast Addicts, and a few other ones I found out. Some weird ones.
Butthole podcast.
Yeah, we're on Butthole Podcast.
Look it up,
you can
guys.
Sew up your butthole, and we'll attach a fun trailer at the end. So pop on by the Ross Patterson Revolution. That's a fun show as well. For Jesse Wiseman, I'm Ross Patterson. We are out of here. Good night, everyone.
Good night. If you could describe Ross Patterson Revolution in one sentence, what would it be?
Daytona Beach, spring break, 1986. Pauly Shore's hosting. 80 women are topless.
The Ross Patterson Revolution is now live on all platforms. iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, Podcast Addict, you name it, it's there. Look, I don't give a fuck how much you protest, how much you fucking cry, how much you hold up your fucking sign that you made with all your fucking kids' Crayola crayons. It's not gonna work. We'll be coming at you live every Monday and Wednesday. And yes, the revolution is televised as well. We'll be live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Not even gonna lie, I follow Andy Cohen on fucking Instagram. Why?
You do?
Because that little gay parties like a fucking rock star. He ordered a fucking champagne for Anderson Cooper. Him and Coop Dog, trashed in first class. God damn it, I get into that shit. You can binge listen to the first 6 episodes right now on all platforms. Go to iTunes and subscribe now. Somebody tell Madonna to shut the fuck up.